CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values, CMC global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. Raise up the hands. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
actually. Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, the time has
Um,
come, and the time is here.
Yes.
Go ahead.
it's another day again to be back at 80 minutes coming up to 12 o'clock. We are here again on your FM dial 96.1, the Renaissance Radio. The political launch comes your way at 11:30 up to 1:30. We are honored and privileged again to be here. Uh, this is what we sign up to, and we are here. We are here up to the hour, and it will becomes optional to us to make the right decisions after we have acquired all the educations on how a government should run. We speak out the ills, when it comes to the government. So it promises to be educative, informative, and very, very interesting conversations on today. As a matter of fact, today is the 6th month, that's June, and the year stands at 2025. Where are we heading to? Uh, what can we do to better off that world? Because if we will not better up this country, nobody else going to do it. An Indian man will not come and do it for us. We ourselves, as citizens, as leaders, as stakeholders, decision makers, we can all hold under one umbrella to make that world that great country that we ever think of. My name is Henry. Henry Jala is my name. It promises to be interesting, like I said earlier on. It's a crack team, a very crack team. Our two panelists, our energetic panelist from the diaspora, and also here with the man Ansu Salif together going to be driving you up to the hour. So let me hold on there so that our great people can introduce themselves, and then we'll get the ball rolling. It's a pleasure to have you guys. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a hectic day on this side of the world for me, Ansu and Madam Grace, but I'm glad to be here. It's always an honor to be here to speak to the Liberian people about training issues in our country. I today's been so busy that I have company at home. Madam Grace and I spoke periodically And so I'm playing many roles today. So if you see me shut my computer down, I'm just gonna go check on. I have guests, so I have to go check on that person and don't neglect them like I've been doing. Um, but so I expect to participate and hear what Liberians have to say about the trending issues in Liberia. So I'm looking forward to you guiding us, Henry, because you're on the ground regarding what's going on in the country. But I just want to welcome all of those who stayed up late tonight to listen to us, to hear about CMC. We want to offer you the third lane. Want to bring hope to you to let you know that you are not stuck just on in the CDC party, political party, or the Unity Party political party. There's another option, and the other option is CMC. I just want to maybe take 2 minutes or so, Grace, maybe a minute or so, to just tell you that I love the Citizens Movement for Change political party. Oh my goodness, excuse me, my grandson is out there, so he's breaking things I bet. So I don't know if you heard it, but uh, yeah, you heard it, right, Chris? He's right in front of my door, throwing things down. But I'll get him in a second. But one of the reasons why I love Citizens Movement for Change (CMC) is the collaboration that it embodies. Is sort of, makes it strengthens between the people in Liberia and the people in the United States. Um, we in Liberia, we've been through a lot, a lot. Um, we had a civil war that was not addressed properly in terms of our emotions, our views, our feelings there. Yeah, I understand there was some rehabilitation, but I don't believe that it was holistic to it. And then, of course, since I can remember, I want to say Gigi Rawa time, even though I know I wasn't born during the Gigi Rawa time, but there's a saying in Liberia um, that education was not prioritized, and so we have the civil war, we have lack of education. Those two things definitely hinder our ability to move forward in the country, and the people who are supposed to be in power, to who are supposed to help her, the people who are in power, who are supposed to help Liberia push on, didn't do that. So this is why CMC is here. CMC recognizes that it would take both people in the diaspora, people that have different exposure to life, and people in Liberia to make Liberia a better place for all of us. So I will stop there. So that's one of my attractions to CMC. I will stop there and allow my co-panelist, my sister friend, Madam Grace Gore, to come in.
Thank you, Doc. Hi, everybody in Radio Land and everybody on social media. It's always good to be here. My name is Grace Goa, and I'm happy to be here. I'm a CSMer, and this platform is formed to talk about social issues, political issues, and also push CMC agenda to the public. So that's why we are here. We come here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday we have this big lucky number giveaway where we give away $5 to people who call lucky numbers as far as 5 different lucky numbers. So we are here for all of that. We are here for the Liberian public, both in Liberia and also in the diaspora. It is so good to be here today. In Liberian time, we come 11:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. in the morning in Liberia. So continue to share the show. Invite your friends to come. We'll be discussing everything and anything. That even mentioned that, we'll talk about friendship here because sometimes we get confused with a friendship when it comes to Liberia. So all of that will be discussed on this platform. But it's always good to be here. Henry, thank you for being here with us. And we hope that we have a beautiful show tonight. As you guys can see, there's a lot of things going on in the Liberian community. I thought my family had drama until when I started listening to family drama. For real drama. And I started sitting there, I said, the But I swear, the drama, the family drama here has spilled over to like broad drama, But we got to discuss all these things on the political launch. That's why we are here. We have to discuss these things, and we have to come, to understand it through our Facebook and YouTube people commenting, through us interacting, dialoguing on the platform, and also our radio audience that will be calling in. Everybody will get the expertise, or everybody will give their views actually on these things, because it's a lot. It is a lot. Doc, I was you've been busy today. I've been crazy busy today myself. It has been a really hectic day for me. But the sacrifice when it comes to Liberia, we will make that sacrifice. It's not all of us that will make it all the time, when we understand where some people come from, but some of us come from another cloth, so we'll always be here to make it. And that's why I always say that we all are Liberians, but the love for country and the way we fight for Liberia is different reasons why we do it. So some people love is there, the other people love is different, and it all boils up. All we love Liberia together, but some people will fight harder than others. It's just the truth. So I learned to live with that, and so that's why I make my sacrifice every time I come here. It's not easy to come consistently on a show talking about Liberian issues. So I raise my hat to people who always do that. Like Dr. Francine did it for so many years on another platform. That is a lot of work. People like Francine and the rest of the people that do this, we have to really appreciate them, because it's not an easy task. It's not. So, but I thank God I'm here. Henry would let to tell us anything. I heard about the Mommy Doe story. It's been trending on
Yes, yes,
social
yeah.
media with with her mom. I mean, when I listened to the woman interview, I didn't listen to I was just like, wow. I did not know that how badly this woman was treated until her daughter came out. And one thing the girl said, that she came up before her mother is buried, because after her mother is buried, she will put it behind her. And she had to say it now, since her mother, because like even I mean, one of the things that caught me was that people in the diaspora are now raising money for this woman for her burial. But what when she was alive? Did you people try to raise money for her? How is it we always identify when somebody is dead already? She's gone. Her children will see that they will benefit. Yeah, but you don't think that if she had that opportunity to benefit, was going to be good for her to benefit from that? Yeah, give me my flowers. Me and my friend, we had a show on social media. Give me my flowers while I'm alive. That I need my flowers. That you have to do anything for me, please do it for me while I'm living here. That I beg you. Yes, if I have to do anything for anybody, I want to do it while the person is alive. Nancy Doe did not get that. They even stripped away her diplomatic passport. They even stripped away her diplomatic passport. She went there. They guess her mom was behind the passport for almost 5 years. She couldn't get her diplomatic passport to travel. A first lady, regardless of what happened in the country. Things happen. A lot of people in our country did some stuff. And y'all could get Prince Johnson a senator position for 2 terms. How is it Nancy Doe was painted so evil because of what happened with her husband and everything? Prince Johnson killed a lot of people in our country. That'll be fair. You see, that Grace now will just say as it is. The truth have to be told. How is it he became senator? He was a godfather of a whole county. But Nancy Doe, who her husband was president, she never had nothing to do with the killings that happened in the country. How you people strip this woman like this? While Liberians strip their fellow Liberians to the core, the woman couldn't even get her benefit. Then she had to travel on regular passport, Doc. The woman was not giving her diplomatic passport. They have first in our country that is a foreigner. She came from another country. She got diplomatic American passport. Why is it that we Liberian women did to you? Yes, let me just say it that way. How you took that kind of privilege from Nancy Doe? Now everybody raising funds, and the other person bringing cow. The car make it one side before you go again. The car move on the other side, come on the other side. The car set tire. That car need drips. The car need to take drips. So the car need to take drips. Seriously, the car. You see the car in a in a pickup truck, said the car just looking weird like, hey, y'all leave me or y'all came me one for all. Let me just go. What happened? The car goes, so they said no, they want the car, they bring the other car, so the car, they say other person they will take the car, they carry. Hey man. And the girl said she refused that car because her mom wouldn't have wanted that car. It was on her mother's memory and the respect for her mom that why she refused that car. Y'all let the girl honor her mother. That's her mother. It is her mother. You know, I was denied to go to my mom's funeral. My mom died. I was denied. I was a young miss in my teenage years, and they denied me or see my mom's funeral. Man, I had to go back 3 years after to Ghana to go for my mom's grave and make sure I put cement over it. So I know what mommy do going to. God, 33 years I was in pain. I'm still in pain today. Whatsoever wish that she wants for her mother, let it happen for her because that her mom. Yeah, I can come in.
You are me there.
Thank you, Ansu. Thank you for alerting me about the mute button. I partially listened to her interview today on the other platform that I serve on, and I couldn't make it because I was, like I explained, I have guests, and in in some cultural sense, when you have guests, you prepare food for them, you make them dinner, something that we don't quite recognize in our home in Liberia. But so that's what I was doing. And so as I was doing that, I was also partially listening to the interview and was unable to get on the other platform. But because this one was later, I was able to say, I have to go on this other platform. Everybody's okay. Check in with children, check in with husband, check in with guests, and everyone's okay. So, but as I said yesterday, and you said it too, I would like to experience the joy of my friends, the respect of my friends, the care of my friends while I'm alive. When I listened to the tapes, there was a series of conversations that Madame Doe had. I listened to different tapes, and she was expressing her disappointment. Okay. One of the things I heard was she wanted an increase in her benefits, and there's some controversy whether she got her benefits or not. Some people say she says, some people say she got her benefit, they have records, the government has record approved that. But and I believe in one of the tapes she said that she wanted to increase the benefit, and that's why she was trying to see George Weah, the former president George Weah. Then she also said that she wanted to be put on a board. Apparently, this is customary. We put people in government on boards, I guess, and she didn't get that either. As I listened to her daughter today, and her daughter said one of
But
the
that they said she said they wanted to put her on board just for her to get something because they were denying her all her benefits here.
correct, yes. So she asked to be put on a board because that's something that is customary that they do in our country when you are either not in government no longer, and or you're a friend to the government, they want to put you somewhere, they put you on a board. Okay, and she knew that. She knew people in the country were on boards, and so she wanted to be placed on board to help her make ends meet. I believe, because that's the only that's a monetary position. But I heard her daughter say today that one of the things that her mother got consistently, I think it started during Leah's era, was she got gas slip from LPRC. So she was say her mother was so thrilled and happy for that gas slip. Imagine that. Um, we know that during the Doe era, one of the reasons why she took the Liberian government to court was the Liberian government, I think, under Judy Bryant's tenure. And I probably need to go back and watch this or read this a little bit more. Um, Liberian government took almost $4 million from President Doe and return it, and it was used for the government. I don't I don't remember all of the content that why what led to what, but so $4 million was taken from Doe that Mommy Doe felt like it was her husband's money and belonged to the family, and so eventually she took the Liberian government to ECOWAS court so that she could get that money. And I believe there was a lot of like rigmarole, I would like to call it, between Mommy Doe, elements of the government, and different government, but she actually spoke very highly of this current government. She said President President Buckeye was able to direct her to who she needed to speak to regarding the burial of her mother and father, because apparently there's going to be a joint burial of both people. And she said she had been given a runaround, but now when he came to visit her, she was given direct access to his office.
But yeah, but the thing is that after her mother had died, that's the truth. When her mother was living,
Mm-hmm.
this government being in power for almost 2 years, they
Yes,
still would have compensated this woman her back payments. So after her mother had died now, then she got all the access to everybody, and
yes,
I mean, she's speaking.
yes.
Well, she's speaking and she was saying what's happening to her now, but I would have loved her to say that because that's just the truth.
No, she did say this.
Her mother had to die first.
She said it. Um, so there's interesting, and I was looking at her because today's my Tuesday is my day that I put on my psychologist eyes on more than usual. On other days I have my political eyes and I have my mommy eyes and I have my daughter eyes, and so we as women wear many hats. That's what I'm trying to say. She was she spoke like it was. She spoke her truth, as you could tell. Um, I didn't I did not see any emotionality as she was talking, except anger. I felt anger. Okay. Um, and so um, but then again, we were taught and we learned as children not to be very expressive in how we feel in terms of being upset about something or in terms of how we feel about things, except anger is so easy for us to tap into. And that's what she came across at. She just spoke and she said she's going to go back into her world. When she tends to be an introvert, that's what she used, the word introvert. She doesn't like for her personal matter to be out there. um and so she has an alias on Facebook that she goes to if she needs to know anything on excuse me, on social media. She would do that. And so I just so I was watching for emotions, how she was speaking, her tone of voice, and when I felt it changed as she spoke. Definitely, there's some bad blood between she and Zopena, the family and Zopena. Definitely, she has some difficulty understanding people who spoke on her behalf based on culture. She said, "Where was the culture when her mother needed help?" Okay, why was the culture not um, like united? Why did the culture not come in place when the mother needed help? The culture it just came in place when they told her you can't accept, you can't say no towards accepting a cow or money from the president. And those, in my words, those are words she was saying. So so there's a lot of things to unpack, and I intend on listening to the tape again just for my own awareness. But she tends to put her parents, especially her mother, to rest and go back into her world. She does not need. One thing I liked about her, honestly, she was a straight shooter. It's something that we don't often find in Liberia. There's too many yanking. Wow. You know what I mean.
People who are stress shooter, they find there's a problem with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Mommy Doe is a stress shooter.
that's what she
Yeah,
presented.
she spoke, and she's an introvert. And the funny thing about it that I don't know whether you noticed, me too, I kind of
You
introvert.
told me that.
But then when it comes for me to speak, I will speak.
Yes.
But when you know me personally, you will be shocked to see the two different sides of me.
Yes.
So I understand where she's coming from. You can't hold it, and she's a stress shooter. I'm glad that her mother found her daughter, her voice in her daughter.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And she said she was doing this justice for her mother. And it's almost like, when you have a mom who people have overlooked, and you watch that, and as an adult, if you have that voice, you have to say something to do justice for your parent. It's like going to a funeral. You don't have the strength to speak, because you're sad. You crying about, the situation, about the death of your parents, the loss of your parents. But then somehow you have to say something. You have to speak about them. You have to remember them. And that's what I thought, happened in terms of what Mommy Do said today.
Exactly.
There's more for us to unpack. There's a lot of controversy for us to unpack there. And then, but let me
Yeah,
give.
we were unpacking. Let the guys come in. We
Yes.
unpack it, but because it's a lot,
Mhm.
then there comes the girl child. I look at that too, Doc. I was like, okay, there comes the girl child.
Mhm.
Samuel Doe Jr. is alive. I think they say he's not too well. But if they imagine if they would have all sons, and with all the things the girls said that they're taking away from the family, who are going to speak for them?
Mhm.
There comes the girl child.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want y'all in the studio to tell us, y'all in like, bro, what's going on concerning this case?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mana Grace and Dado Doc Francine. Yeah, so Labiro, this country needs serious workshop, a very serious one, because from what we are seeing, I don't think the government officials they are listening, or better still, they are getting the exact education from us. Because the reason why we come on some of these platforms are trying to checkmate them is to put them on the right path, where there has been a long story up to today,
Mm-hmm.
a very long story up to today. So if I had the power to tell my main Veronica to do the book, putting herself coming to stay in the gap for her mother, it could be a nice book that can be set on the history in the coming years so people can see it. But just before I go in deeper a bit, people always saying education is the key to success, uh, the key to expose you to the world and encounter people. So if today this girl would not being educated, so imagine how the story is going to be having no genesis, better still no any. Where but in Liberia, the parents are turned downplay some of these things. Parents downplay educating their female children. Where so see today where it is, standing for her mother. I wish her mother could be alive. See her daughter standing for her. Pushing the right things. The right thing is, she she did not get her benefit as a murder. Oh my God, what's going on? Margaret, just believe I will handle it. Okay, we are good to go. So she did not get her benefit, and today you see where the country is. No parents, no parents. With the title that was given to that woman, the first lady, she should have gotten her just benefit because in one point in time she had her husband as the head of a particular country. So while this time, before getting a passport, you will have to use first party, second party, third party, just to get passport for a better treatment. That's unfair. That's disservice, and that's the reason you see her daughter is standing strong. And not that she, not that she been or hard in your part of saying, but it is on her heart. It's on her heart. And I think that's the best thing. If even she could be explaining anger, people will not get the actual story. But for the fact that she's taking her time, people get all of the gist, the hint about this particular story. right? And this should be a lesson for our country. It could be you tomorrow. What uh, what exactly are you putting in place so that when it is you tomorrow, we cannot face the same, we cannot go the same route. We will have to set the foundation, and our leaders are not doing it today. But tomorrow again, it will be another news. That's unfair. Let the needful thing be done to avoid all of these things. So why would people die before you see people coming up to give the millions? Why should we always be at that particular point? Why, when they are alive, we cannot go about doing the needful, doing the just honest thing? But we allow when they are gone, and they want to give the best. We want to give them the best of burial. No, that's unfair for our democracy. Why, when they are alive, like Madam Grace said, when she's alive, God gave a flower to her. Let let it be a testament. Give her flower to her. Why would people be dead and gone before we want to do this the honorable things? We want to show concern. We want to give the millions of dollars. We want to get.
Can I
Uh,
answer that?
no, I can be
I
just
want to
complete
answer that. I want to
it.
answer that for you. In Liberia, because we identify with dead things, that's what the country said is dead. You know,
And the
look
country will not grow. The country
okay.
will not grow. No, if it will be our mentality for the coming years, then we will not grow. Then we will not grow because Henry, today, the piece of job I'm doing, call me and tell me thank you, appreciate me. Not when I'm gone, you say, oh yes, Henry used to do this. No, my soul will be angry when if I got the power and then see I stand here, I see you talking about it, my soul will be angry. Appreciate an individual, give them their benefit, appreciate them when they are alive, not when they are gone. Now, bro, this is a sad one for us. It's a sad one. I hope that, like I said earlier on from the start, we should we listen to some of these things to learn from the mistakes and correct the earth into something good. Not just be the year of things. Do not always be hearing. Do the needful.
Yes.
People say the gas will not go about expressing, shoo, and, closed lips on something. Who does that? Who will not see their mom today? The feeling of a murder. You know what I'm talking about. People will say, "Oh, my dad got problem with me. I left my mother." So she will go about expressing all of the ills. Some point in time, if you even go to the clip, she said, certain point in time, people even sent, I think, people to her house to even get rid of her mother, to even go about killing her mother. And then they want to ask come again, you say, and she was about saying that. It is a sad one for us. Nobody will see the wrong, and then they heal it. So Liberia, stand up for some of these things. Put the necessary measure in place so that it cannot be repeating over and over. And we're talking one thing over and over, and then we won't result. We'll have to work on some of these things. So it's a call to action. So now people forget about maybe probably the two government that came in power, the legs of uh former President Eddie Jones Sally, George Weah, who's in power now. That's what exactly people will be looking at. Who's in power now? The other one, their history. They are. But today now, how can we correct this? How can it be corrected? And how can we set the foundation so that it will not be a repeated stuff? And also to that, we also look at the fanatical case. We will talk about the Mami Veronica Doe story over and over. We'll talk about it. We'll keep ringing the bell in our ears. And we'll also look at the fanatical story that was sent to the court.
No, that
On
answer came with Mommy Do. That answer said something about
Mami Doe think that the cow, like you said,
no, but,
the cow is
yeah,
tired.
but that answer came with one yeah answer take on the
Yeah,
whole.
so yeah, let me say thanks. Thanks to you and Dr. Richardson again. I have to direct here over one line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you saw my communication in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
You
be
will be
here.
okay, answer. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be here.
don't let it rub that foot again because that's not the reason why it has a whole different. I think I sent you the information. I was sending you the exercise. you need a shot. That's all you need, and then that thing will go away, and then you will just take the exercise. So that thing, when anything happen to you, they say that cold is not cool.
So I've been following this story, this mommy do story, the whole thing just sparkled with uh the former president visiting her, and with the gift award, presented to the family or whoever requested for it. But I did decide to go back to do my own investigation, to go through it and know exactly what went wrong, and what happened. And then I get a clear understanding that there are so many things are happening behind the scene. A lot of things happen from the day of the time in which her mother gave, by explaining the story to her difficulties, her challenges, she went through, from past government and up to, her death. But now, what really drew my attention related onto the case, are they trying to politicize it? Uh, because, it's just something in which maybe people want to, she want the news, and and just because it just get some people attached to it. Recently, she said, and President, we are, President, we have everyone are involved in the hands of my mother, death. Just few hours ago on another where she said, Zopiano again. She mentioned the name Zopiano, in the same situation. So I decided to understand. I said, well, but what's really going on when it comes to this case, all the issues surrounding, this entire Doe family. As for the former president, I had to talk on this platform most often, for former president we are. But as for the former president, if you follow that clip, uh, on Sunday, in which he went to sympathize with the family, I said, but why people should be holding former president we are? For his statement, he said, I was invited, and asked to come here through the ambassador. I was, because there where I can start holding people by the record, Madam Grace and that I was just saying for the statement. I was invited, and I was told to come here. So meaning that if this invitation was not going to be extended to me, I wasn't going to be here. So there was a internal problem somewhere, somewhere sticking between maybe he and our family. But he said I was invited by the ambassador. It's the reason why I came here. And then he sat down all through all until the women from Grand Jita County, requested and said, son, when our son come to visit us, in the type of gathering, yeah, they have to. This is why, our tradition. This is what normally they do.
Oh,
So please give us cows so we can go key in Zweju. Please give us cows so we can go key in Zweju. That's one. So I then try to, to balance it, and because if he was the one who was going to stay and say on behalf of maybe my political party, I will be saying a cow, this and other stuff, I will see it. But if you watch the clip, and I think I placed that clip in the chat room for us to see it, you'll see the lady is on her knee, and she's asking him, please, provide us cow so we can carry a grand there to kill. All right. So there must be some like internet problem maybe with him and that family. We spoke about this whole maybe return of cow bag, return of give back, return of the rights, return of the money. But we shouldn't politicize it, because I told someone, I said that the dead have nothing to do with the living. And if people personally we knew exactly that maybe there was an internal problem, there was a problem with him, maybe he knows very well. So he said it clear. He said I was invited by the ambassador, and he had that time to to stay there. And I mean, communicated with him well. She sat down with him well. They talk, and the lady, the woman and the elder requested for it, and it was how he came out second. I would present a cow and add additional whatsoever, the 50 bag of rags, the 5,000 United States dollars, and I just saw it. Maybe he was doing it as his own good way to the people who asked him for it. And this is why, if you go through the interview,
Well,
all
Ansu,
the
you are
yeah,
doing it good for the people who asking for it, but the girl is saying We have to respect her rights. That is her mother. Those people are not her mother children. The closest family Nancy Doe had before she died is her children. Because we remember when those people were doing everything to her that happened in the country, deny her of her passport, deny her of her benefits, deny her everything, those people never stood up for her mother. So even if they requested it from the president, he should have sent it to the houses, not to where they get mom being remembered. So it's just the right. I mean, she didn't want it. She didn't want it to be for her mom. She already told him that my mom, you never recognize my mom. My mom went to see you to your office. She went from 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the night. When she saw you, you had all kinds of things to say to her after she waited outside for all that long time. As a first lady of a country, even me right here, I cannot go to nobody's office and stay there for 8 hours. I'll give you 1 hour would be my minimum time would stay there to wait. If you can't see me in an hour, means that I'm not that important that you will want to see me. So no need of me sitting there to waste my time. But she humbled herself. She sat there. So he sent it for the people. Why he sent it for the people? He should have sent it to them before the girl man died. Once he sent it when her mother was there, she doesn't want it. She has the right to refuse it. And she said she had conversation with her siblings, and they all agreed that they did not want it for their mom because then it shadows her mother memory, and also it states as her mother was a liar that these things never happened, and it's her right. So this thing your guy in like bro where when somebody die, then when the immediate family come up to say I want this, and say oh no tradition. But we also send our rest in the car to local grandchildren woman when before Minister do that. And he wanted to feed them so much he should have sent it at that time. The girl who get her man, she said she wanted. And it's just the right thing to respect her because it's her mother. That's it. Yeah, we know your love. You know your president, your former president. He played football, but we have to put where right belong. It's just the right. It's just wrong when people do that, and that's just my opinion. Although that's your opinion as well, how you feel about it. But you can't say, "Oh, and so you lost your man." Then somebody come and say, "Oh, they bring it something." You say, "Oh, I don't want it." Other person will take it. They don't have no right to do that. So that's why she's saying he gave it to them. She know her family refused it, and that's it. Yeah. So
Um, so I wanted to close by having us reflect on the lessons that we learned from this situation, and it's always good to, like, I think either Ansel or Henry said that we can hold the government accountable for the behavior, and we hope that they took a reflection on what happened. And I'm sorry, I just got interrupted by my kids. They did. So okay. So a lesson. The lesson learned would be one, like, you can speak without fear, especially when you have no strings attached.
I know.
This woman is not relying on nobody in Liberia to pay her bills. She doesn't care about what anybody would say about her. She's speaking her truth, and again, she spoke without fear. She called names. She spoke about who treated her well, who didn't treat her well. She spoke up for her mother. She had the burden of taking care of her mother. She was there. She spoke about the people castigating the reporter who her mother spoke to, and she asked people not to do that. So that's one thing we can say. Another thing is that you have to stand by the law. If the law say that we have to give the benefits of the president or either give the first lady a benefit, we have to do that. We shouldn't say because of her tribe. We shouldn't say because of whether she was letter or not, or whether she was an indigenous wife or she was a civilized wife. Which that should not be an issue. It should be, what did the law say about us giving first ladies pension? What did the law say about marriage? So if we use those things to make decisions, we should be consistent in a
Mm-hmm.
way that we make decisions. We can't say, oh, your wife first lady, so even though she's not from Liberia, so we're gonna give her
Mm-hmm.
money in our budget, and we never had no first lady money in our budget before, but because this other first lady is here, so she gave her money in our budget.
Yeah.
Okay, that's inconsistency. We have to be consistent. We have to not put family relationships before the law or our practice. We have to not put tribe before the law. We have to not put religion before the law. So that's all I'm saying. We have to take this time and reflect seriously on what happened in our country. And that's all I have to say about this issue. This is really, yeah. Go ahead.
I would like to play a video with Mommy Doe speaking. And I know like bring people, I mean, it's so sad that people come in this country, the great America, sometimes they don't even expose themselves. When Mommy Doe spoke, it wasn't about hate. You see how she went to Georgia when she sat and met him. But the right is the right and wrong is wrong. This girl said, look, I'm meeting you. Thank you for coming. She sat there with him. But then to take the gift, she said, I cannot take the gift because when my mom was living, you did not give her her benefit. After I begged, my mother begged. Then said, don't have a video yet crying. On this video, I will play it. Like when people, you need to stop being heartless. Because of love for somebody, you heartless and you don't care about other people. And some of you are so sick with this thing until it's scary the way you act. Then Nancy Doya, she crying, explaining her story to the man who was interviewing her. And I will play this. And then I think I have Mommy Dodo with an interview with her today. And I will also play it. She said a lot of things for to be unpacked. She did not come with evil in her heart. She did not come with hate. But when something is true, it's true. Like when people have been living in denial in their own lives. So they want to live in denial in things that happen in the country. And that's why our country is stagnant. And someone always have to speak. We know you're cowards. And I will say it. Because most Liberians act like that. And we don't want it to be that way. Because if we continue to do this, Liberia will not change. Nancy Doe was not treated right. It's just the truth. She wasn't treated right. She is a Liberian woman. She is a mother. She had children in the country that she served. The time that she served the country as well. Whether she did something or not, that position was hers.
What's that? No.
He did not.
We are the thing what we are do to me say what I tell you, I'll cry.
Come on, please.
I'll cry. I went to wear office. I go
Joy, we are now who they say that's your son, your husband's son now. He the one you went to ECWA school, you won your case, and he didn't give you your money.
Yeah. You say how many times you not see we are there when you were president?
You saw him 1 time, 2 times?
1 time.
When he had a PR thing to do,
Yeah.
not because of her visiting him. She went to see him over 10 times, but he never saw her.
He refused to see me. So me and Mr. Blah went there to him 11 o'clock
In the morning.
in the morning. Before we see we are 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.
Yes. So we went there to him, and then he did speak up for us. For we are to our, pension, our small thing on it. He said no money.
You met George Weah, and he told you no money.
I telling you, I said, the people what they say, some of them, they play what part. He said no money. Then another said that. Then you can't put her on the community too, so it can be, like, how do you call it? So to keep big, I don't know how to call it, man. I forgot the name. He said
Chairman or?
Chairman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said no. Then what a man named Bawachima. Bawachima said no money.
But for Chimo now, the former speaker.
Former speaker, yeah. He was right there. He said no, he didn't want to answer that one. No money.
After you won your case through the ECWA court, you go to Liberia and George we are in town, they refuse to give you your money.
Ask anybody in Liberia, they know about it. So I talked to him for June. I said, My son, I'm begging you. That you lay brother. When you do anything that you lay brother forgive me, I beg you, don't sack him. I hold you for. He said, don't beg for John. John, amen. So we will see to a real man.
That's what we are telling you now.
Yeah.
Veronica, put the camera on the old man. Let the people, because all along the people then saying George Weah is Samuel Doe Pa. It's Samuel Doe's son. All the Crown people that put a voted for George Weah, they gave George Weah all the votes. All the people. And this is a shocking thing that we are hearing that George Weah, after you won your case, you went to him to give you your money, to even give your son a job. He's telling you your son, somebody he can born. He's telling the boy that they are men, they can fight it out.
No, of course. I said, boy, Chima was there. What Matthew Zaza, the
senator from
the Sano. Yeah, he there. Plenty of people there, they play park. That was conference room with a long table. They play park.
Wow.
So there we were talking here myself. We on the table here. Then he read it now. He turned it back to me. The time I was running here, I was they said, "Mommy, do that my woman. Did you talk? Then you come here, you say fair. I cry. Oh, that man talked to me that day.
It's okay, Mama.
I said, when they hold that day.
Go get your tissue.
Let me let her go on a break.
Yeah, that's the first lady. If you have a mother at home, or you had a mother that born you, and you see this woman, how she expressed herself, it will break your heart. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. She did not deserve to be treated like that. And we are allowed to talk about it. We sorry, your fanatics. We are allowed to talk about it. That's the only way Liberia will heal. And that's the reason why Joseph Waka needs to bring the War and Economic Crimes Court. The court is needed. Because we see that Liberians are not healed. Many people are traumatized. Because the people still look at wrong and say, oh, it's right. Nancy towards a Liberian woman like me. Like Dr. Francine, we are Liberian women. We don't want people like that to be treated. She was like a mother to us. I mean that she was an older woman and she was a Liberian woman. When we see people like that in the street, say, this is my mom. Although it's not your biological or your mom, but you refer to her that way. So it's okay for her to want to say that, for Mommy Doe to tell her mother's story. You people are all on social media insulting this lady. She is only trying to speak up for her mother because her mother did not have a voice. So if her mother were treated that way, you think she deserved for a 50 bag of rice in a cow to go to her house and she receive it? You have to be honest with yourself. That was your mom. Would you like it to happen to her? If that were your mother, would you like that? How is it that we just don't want to see the truth in like Black community, in the society? Why? Nancy Doe is dead. She's gone. The cow and the 50 bag of rice meant nothing to her. She was a sick woman, her daughter said. 71 years old to die is a young age. Because the new 40 that 70-year-old in the country, you see the 70-year-old getting later than passing. I got plenty of them and they would be walking with short dresses doing their walk. She was young in today's world, 2025. But just because no proper care and she was not a well woman, she had to give her the ghost. Why is it all the governments that came and went, why they refused to give this woman her benefit? And then we're not allowed to talk. We're not allowed to talk. Oh, if you talk and we're all looking at this and that, we will not be fake. If you are fake, then you can't be with us because we have to be able to speak the truth. And the truth must be told. You see on the screen, it said the truth must be told. Nancy Doe did not deserve that. She did not. Gerald Rawlings took over Ghana. There was a major coup in Ghana. He came the first time, he took over. He presented the country to the people that were not doing well. He came by the second time, he took over. And he had to let some people go. There was a lot of killings in the country at that time. He let them go and he killed some people. But, we're not seeing those things are right. But if a country will move forward, then they should bring this World Economic Crimes Code for people to be here because some people still hurt. If this woman was sabotaged in a system her entire life because her husband was in President Liberia and he did some things and she had to pay for it like that, then it means that we have not healed yet. But the only thing I don't get how one set of people have to pay for it and the other people can't pay for it. You get Prince Johnson a whole country for 18 years. Nancy Doe never had gone. Prince Johnson did. You made him senator and he was making decisions in the country. So I still can't balance it. I still cannot. But Doug, you can come here and say that we have to maybe we'll move on from the topic because sometimes I wonder how. The thing I wonder, I can't say it here, but I just can't put a stopper on it. I can't. How we so don't like one another, how we hate. The lavish hate against mommy. Oh, mommy, she hate for she did. But where is the real hate? Are you guys not seeing where the hate came from? How you would blame mommy for talking for her mom? How? And then the people who treated her mom bad, then you say, no, nobody will talk about them. How? Man, your generations and your godchildren, you think about them. It's sad. It's a sad time in this country. It's a sad time.
Let me use my Greco common voice. This topic is highly political.
What make this topic highly political, my brother? You need to come in and say why is it highly political? Because I'm just looking at the topic like a woman who just deserved what she was supposed to have and was never given to her. She went to court system, she went everywhere, and it was just not given to her. Even ECOWAS court could not save her benefits. She ended up traveling on a regular passport to travel out of the country while she was supposed to travel as a dignitary. You know how many people carry our diplomatic passport in the world that are not even Liberians? If we start making things political here, Liberia will not even settle in. You know how many people carry our passport and they are not Liberians and they are diplomats? Why was that taken away from Nancy Doe? Let's just be clear. Look, my condolences to the Doe family. I am really so sorry that they had to go through this. I know there was a war in Liberia. Samuel Doe has his own stuff on his hands. It's been years. This man was killed right on video. He suffered his death. I think that was enough punishment. I don't think his family should have gone through anything more because the way he was murdered right in broad daylight, I guess his wife too had to pay for that because her not getting her benefit like she paid. That at the age of 71, she was young, very young.
Yeah.
I don't want to
close by, saying again, I watched her behavior. I appreciated how she spoke and stood up for her mother. There's so many perhaps would have felt ashamed of their mom, but she did not. She spoke and she continued to speak today about everything that was everything that transpired. So we just got to give her some kudos for speaking her truth and being strong for her mom. And like she said, she's now, after all of this has happened, she's gonna go back and be who she is. I wish her. I know there's a lot of grieving process Again, looking at it from a psychological standpoint, I will encourage her to talk to someone. Maybe it could be a spiritual leader or a psychologist or a therapy, because I could feel it, you know. I mean, there was a lot that was said and done, so I felt a lot. So again, I will end by giving your loved ones, your parents, your husband, wife, children, good friends, their flowers when they are alive. That's what I got to say about this. So we can move on, Grace.
Yes, Doc. Ansu, can you bring us since this is highly political for you? Can we discuss a non-highly political topic?
Uh, the, yeah, but I know we on the ground. So I say highly political because I know we on the ground and we know there are a lot of different things in saying whatsoever. Then you know,
Well, why in
but
Liberia is not highly political, my brother?
but
Every
but
topic is highly political for some reason.
but waiting to see some of the saying, some of the things in the quarters in the corner we are hearing whether when it come out, then we'll know exactly the reason why you know
But what are you hearing though, Ansu?
the reason why the reason why the story went training. But
Ansu, what are you
yeah,
hearing?
let's wait and see in the
You
next
want
few
to wait?
days.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, let's wait and see the next few days. Maybe after the burial. Well, I say that we are a lot of things. Mommy expecting big job for this government. So
Oh,
yeah,
No.
yeah. They
but then
so
we'll
many
wait.
things are hearing. She
But then you
expecting
got
big.
it right.
Yeah, she expecting a very big job for the government.
So you think that while she's talking?
People disappointed in her said the current president visited you and it just passed you. The vice president went there, took the amount of 2,000 years they give it to you.
That's right. The vice
A former,
president went there.
yeah, a former president passed you and say to this women group or what, 5,000. So it don't be political, like I said. So, but you put it on the ground. So let's just leave it as it is until the some of the stories will come up. Yeah.
So my question to you is that Nancy Doja explain what unsa more before she died. So that one too highly political?
No, I'm not talking about her benefits. I'm talking about what happened for Sunday.
Okay.
From former president we are gifts. I'm not the benefits owned by I think this is not from president former president Salim who are a woman in office. She can't get a benefit. So you start checking for a woman.
So President said he can get her benefit?
No, no, I'm saying from the region for president former president Salim, she couldn't get her benefit. Can you just imagine? She was still on that benefiting, she was still crying, and that president said it herself for 12 good years. So just know how she struggle, how she was up and down running for the same benefits thing until she was landed in the hands of George Weah.
Yeah,
But
but I think the reason why
so
it's still so hurtful when it comes to Wia is that because I think they took him as a family. So maybe that's why she explained. I mean, I don't know. I just guessing that because she also said that her mom always look at him as a son, you know. So maybe that's why it's painful to her more. You know, you never know. I mean, we just have to discuss it. It's all here, but we need to move on from this because in Liberia, that's what they call dialogue, and that's what they call we always discuss every issue, but we don't have to agree with one another. And
mm-hmm.
that's the beauty of democracy as well. No corruption in it. You tell me how you feel, and I tell you how I feel, and we move on from there. So we know that Ansu say that the case is highly political. I'm just coming from a mother point of view.
Yeah,
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 I just coming from a mother point of view. Nothing more,
yeah.
nothing less.
Because
Yeah.
I'm seeing you, Mother Grace. You always started catching feeling. I'm seeing that you want to cry and also.
Oh,
Yeah, without my explain that story,
Yeah.
you just couldn't who want just now, so I know exactly know.
Yeah.
so Ansu, I'm gonna wait. Like you, and I want us to come back to this if there are other developments that come up in the news. You know, you guys are hearing a lot of things on the ground. We over here, we only can speak to what the facts are, which is what is available to us. We're not going to insinuate in that case. The other cases that we can give other thoughts about, but this is a very touchy subject. You know, it's hard. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that her behavior is motivated by something else, like you said, higher politics. We are here. We come straight from the point of losing a parent. That's what, and the idea that you know, you want to give your friends, family members the gifts while they're alive. Now, give them their flowers, appreciate them, and she showed that. I saw even in the interview how, I think at one point she said, "Well, let me get you something to drink, or let me get you something to wipe your or something your tears or something." That's
Yeah.
a She showed love. That's a loving
What?
behavior. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's, I mean, and she didn't, you, she didn't have to do that. I have to say, I, I was in Liberia when Doe took over, and, Mommy Doe, Nancy Doe was castigated. There was a famous, thing that people used to say, I can't remember the words that they used to say. Nancy Doe say, "I ate and slept."
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that had a lot of implications.
Yeah.
So Liberian people ran some stories around this woman. So, but anyway, I don't want to go. I just want to remember Nancy Doe as, someone who had a strong daughter, who raised a strong daughter to stand by her.
Yes.
Whose daughter gave her flowers while she was alive, and
Yep.
someone who would not stand for any negativity, uh, that would be imposed upon her will. Okay, that's what she said. She's not going to let culture impose how she feels upon what she wants to do with her parents after consultation with the family, with her family. And that's what I took away. She spoke her truth. Like I said, I noticed anger, but again, that was another in my psychological eyes. I noticed that, and I will encourage her to talk to people about that and address that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what is next, Ansu?
So, Madam Grace, just before we go to the next topic, I got a one question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I want us to look at it. Like Ansu said. So what if this government call Mami Veronica do and give her a job? How could we interpret it again?
Now, if she's qualified for a position within the government
Mhm.
and she meet the necessary criteria and she has the experience, she has the credential, I don't think anything's wrong with that for them to give her a job. I see nothing wrong with that if they give her a job. It's just that for me, the timing would be funny. Like everybody thinking now would be very funny. Okay, how come all of a sudden you give her a job and she was sitting down all the while crying with her mom and nobody give her a job? But that's the Liberia you people have. That's the Liberia we all see. And there's another first lady out here though. I forgot her name. There's another first lady that out here that her husband was a former president. I think Bly is his wife.
Yes, yes.
So this woman too is not being treated fairly. So I hope now, since the woman is alive, they're trying to really do something for her because she and Nancy Doe were in a place when they want to go sit down to wait for the president for hours.
Mhm.
So I hope the Liberian government now paying attention to Mrs. Bly because she's another former first lady. She deserves the benefits as well. She also deserves what is rightfully hers, and she deserves to be respected in the country. Her husband served.
Yes.
As you know, we don't respect people who serve in our country for some reason, but her husband served.
Yes.
So I hope they're looking at that first lady now. Since Nancy Doe is there, everybody running after scatter. They need to start looking at the woman because she's living. So you give her her flowers while she's alive. That all
Yeah.
we just because right now it looked like Nancy Doe was punished. She was punished. I don't know why she was punished, but she been going through a lot of controversy since her husband was president. I mean, people said some mean things about this woman. Like Doc said, they made her knee out of fun, and all kinds of things. So may her soul rest in peace. I am just coming from a motherly standpoint. And for me, I love my mother dearly. My mother was the only parent I have because my father died when I was 1 year old. So I didn't even really have a father. My mother gave her love to take care of her children. She took care of us. Never did it nobody any, she would just give her life to her children. And I mean, it's hard. I would not like to see my mother suffer like that. Yeah.
And
Him.
you also talk about the timing. You say it will not be the timely. As you may be aware, there's Liberia every day that breaks. We got a lot of news. We got a lot of news, Hope that they will not surface, this, I mean, the whole story and then just be buried under the carpet.
Yeah, I answer. That's a beautiful question you asked.
Henry,
Sorry, Henry. Yes, thanks for correcting me. Henry, that is a beautiful question you asked, and it's something for us to think about. I don't think that anyone can help but to ask, why now? Which is the question you're asking, why now? Um, but, if she is qualified, I want to, agree with Grace on this. I believe that if you qualify and competent for the position, which is what, if she does get a job, that's one of the things that I think that all Liberians should be watching for. You know, where did it put her? Is she qualified? Is she competent, or is it based on her relationship? She spoke highly about President Buckeye. I have to tell you that, guys, that she spoke very well. President Buckeye came and she actually didn't want to disclose how much he gave her, but I believe that it's already out there in the news that he had given her $5,000. She didn't want to disclose that. She thought it was personal. But I was watching another platform where that was disclosed, and it was in the newspaper. And Kuhn gave her another $2,000. So she spoke about how the president directed her, to people that will assist her. So it is not only
And that where I come from, you know me now. I don't want would be yes, I would talk the truth.
Mhm.
That where I come from when she said that, then I tried to think about what Henry is saying. He just gave you the money when your mother died. So before
yeah,
my mother died, did they really come to, since we are did not give the benefits as they said, and then Ellen Johnson said he did not give the benefit. Waka had been in power, we coming to 2 years. How did he not give the woman the benefit until the man had to die? Before now, there's something. So I confused with it too myself when I think about that.
so that's why with the timing, as Henry was saying, and so that's what we'll be observing within the next couple of days, weeks, or months. If he does, because this government also is known for putting people in the government, based on connections, or so we'll be watching for that. And then, I'm reading a thread from CMC General who said that, Buckeye was also hired by Doe. He was the first minister of agriculture. Let us not forget that. So if he was hired by Doe, although there was stories where he left the Ministry of Agriculture, there was multiple stories about that as well, which was not, he didn't leave from, some people will say on good terms, some people will say it was, as in answer, were highly political when he left. But here it is. If my dad hired you to be Minister of Agriculture, and I would assume that you'd be happy about that, right? And so you'd be sad if something like that happened to my dad. So if you came to pay tribute to my dad, I assume that you relate. You give me good. I mean, if you capable of doing that, you give me good money, good funding, and he did that. He did that. But and then maybe
In that light, I wish
Mhm.
that he had done that when
Yes,
Blanchett was alive, so she could benefit
correct.
from the goodness that she needed to benefit from.
I
You
definitely
give it to her daughter, she's dead. So
I
that's
agree.
why then when Henry then said that thing is highly political, then you kind of say, okay, God, it doesn't add up. It's
Yes,
not adding up.
I agree to that. So
And she spoke very highly about Baka government, but Baka
that's
government never gave her man benefit. Her man was still sick. The last interview when her man did it when Baka was in power. So
yeah.
how still he couldn't give her the benefits that she was, he could just do it here today. She was
I,
going to give her her benefits. She
Right.
had to die first. So we start to think now, these people, that's what the reason why CMC is the telling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
though this country is just not honor good leadership throughout. These two political parties, yeah, they're not a way for Liberia. We need healing, and we need a third lane to come and really bring. We want a leader that have empathy, sympathy, compassion, love for country. When we don't, we're not talking about just people saying it. We want real, we want to see the love.
Experience it.
So
Yeah.
that what CNC now is the party that will really help Liberia. Because you cannot take away from Henry and Anson in the studio what they're saying.
No,
Because if
no,
you were
that's it.
here, not giving you benefit, then you should speak about it, but also back up because he 2 years ago now he ain't gave you nothing. Except your man died. So we gotta look at all these things and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
So another thing, just lastly. So
Mm-hmm.
again, Madam Gray and Doug.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the former president was not going to the horse to express uh, condolences, to sympathize with the family? Where we were actually going to know this story. I guess in my mind, this lady have been pushing other means, getting to the president. You have to pass through the other protocol. The process is too long. It, I'm still like thinking critically how we're going to get this whole Veronica Doe story if the former president was not going to the horse to sympathize with them, giving them 50 bag of rice and
they
so
poor
forth.
cow are not going to suffer. Their cow are to take you.
Yeah.
Their cow are not going to
So,
that cow made history. That cow should be the history of that bro, man. The
so
cow
in
made
my mind, I guess, you know,
Mm-hmm.
this lady have been pushing other means to reach to the president, that this was going on. Can we handle it? And there was no attention, I guess. There was no attention. So this whole ex-president going to do the donation, do this, giving those as some of condolence expressing with the family, he has outburst the whole story. And then now we get to understand that, the president gave us a certain amount of money doing making recommendations, to other people. So what if, it was not going to be understand? How could this girl come out to express today, to the world? I'm still sitting and thinking about that also.
Yeah, Henry, you got me thinking a lot. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let the course of time take place, like you said, and maybe I won't want to go. Maybe some of our what ifs will be either denied or come to fruition. So that's why. But you got me the timing and something Grace said. You got to observe the timing, and I want to bring that to Liberian people attention. Just observe the timing and look at the way both stories were presented. Okay, the story with the former president visitation and the story with President Paul Kai's visitation. So we don't know. We don't know. Time will tell, as the people can say, right? But certainly, certainly one of the things that um, Madam Grace and I, we get the opportunity to sit at the seat of the table, we appreciate consistency, competency, which is making sure that you meet the qualification, maybe making sure that you can produce. Okay, we don't expect people to be put in positions if you can bring changes or you can contribute to the development of our country. Then why are you there? You can be in this because for so long, over 170 something years, it seems like many people were in our country just for themselves and for their friends and family, but not for looking at the development of our country. And that's what CMC is for. That's why we consider ourselves the third lane, because we want to do things differently. Okay, you can feel it. People who are a member of CMC, especially in the US, where we observe and watch daily and we can um, communicate with, you know we usually want you to contribute, bring your ideas, and show us how you can make this a success in helping us transform Liberia. So that's it that I have. You guys have any other comments, thoughts?
yeah, if they don't have anything in the studio, I want to read something that came out today.
Mm-hmm.
So, Henry, you want to say anything final on this thing so we can move on? So the cow can rest. That cow don't deserve to die. You let the cow go back to where it came from. Seriously, the cow has suffered enough. The cow
Yes,
will
sir.
not deserve to die at this point. The people shouldn't eat that cow.
Yeah, so last day I wanted to play the video where you know how the whole cow donation was like. Then we can like close on that and go to the next topic.
Okay.
So here is it. There's the whole cow issue.
Let's say first song. Thank you for coming.
Hmm.
When it happen this way, when something that it happen when your first son, when you pass away, when your first son come, they can kill cow. Please kill cow in schedule and kill cow one. I beg you. Even though I'm seeing your pocket, but kill cow. We respect cow. Okay.
That's it.
So that the woman who asked for the cow.
Yeah. Okay, one is Wedju and K one in moreover. They respect cow. They respect cow, you know.
The woman they won't eat you, boy. I'm just joking. The woman they won't eat you. What thing? Where you won't tell me? Where you won't tell me? Eh? You get cow, myself, I get cow. Where you won't tell me? The woman they say won't eat cow. Are you joking? Oh, well, but I mean, it's a family affair thing. They will. It's just that because they are public, figures, so we are going to hear all that in the public. Other people, family going through worse, so we are considered as those son, as they said. So they will handle their family business with Zoe Penner and the rest of the allegations. But Henry, I put a video in the thing here. I think maybe you should play. Or because the girl, she had a lot of allegations on that Zoe Penner man. There was a lot of things said about him. I don't know if you have the opportunity to play that video I sent to you. Um,
You just
it's
you
on
just
the
send it on me?
on the back end. It's on our chat room. But I don't know whether
Okay.
you play it. But yeah, there was a lot of things she said. I think Zopena is her cousin, or Do and Zopena man, they were brothers and sister. And
Wow.
yeah, she said that he took a lot of things from their family. They gave with her mother documents for the lands and stuff, their properties and stuff like that. Dokuni, when they said they were living like bro, just thought the war was going to be over because they were talking about peace. But then he figured out later on that it was not going to happen. So he gave that grip with all their property and everything they own to that his sister to give it to Nancy to. And apparently it never got to Nancy. Instead it landed in the hands of, Sopenoma, and she gave it to her son. And I think they said that's what she said on the interview on Spoon. So it's a deep family hate, and many like that. It's not even Liberians, even we got white friends here when they tell you their story about the family, come on, you put your hand on your he won't be here as a whole. There's a lot of trauma and family struggles that goes on in different families, and for you to see, first cousins, their first cousins direct, two brothers and sister children. They're supposed to be close and they're supposed to be there for one another. But she said that man is her enemy. That girl said she would never forgive that man. That man can never be in her space. Go ahead, play a video, Asu, Henry. We give credit to Spoon.
Honestly, we didn't think much of it, because everything with my mom is just delayed, to America. He's gone for treatment. He's gone for this, but they never actually give a reason. I mean, what reason do you have to restrict someone's diplomatic status? But for us, we felt that, okay, why did she have to say she was going to Niao? She was going to America because she was getting honored. Because they have worked with her before, She had a passport to come to my wedding, she's had a passport to come for treatments. But the fact that she had mentioned, okay, the passport was because she needs to go to America to get an honor, and that's why we felt they didn't give a reason, but that's the reason we felt as her children. And then after so many years, she wanted to travel. She wasn't feeling well, so she said, "Look, I need my passport. If you don't give me my passport, I'm going to do a press release." And in the Foreign Office, even they were, "I'm sorry." They were very nice. They were following instructions. And that was what was happening. We're just used to that kind of thing. But my mother always had hope. She always thought, okay, tomorrow's gonna be better. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. We talked to her. She cried a little bit. We said, "Mom, this passport doesn't define you." She said, "But they're saying everything I did is for nothing."
Wow.
Yeah.
Your mother just accepted it. Nothing she could do.
She has no choice. If they tell you you're not first lady, what are you gonna say?
Wow. So let's talk about the funeral. Let's talk about the process right now.
Yeah.
Going to Grand Trinidad, and let's talk about those poor cows. Yeah, man. Well, by the way, did you give the cow water? Did you give them something to eat?
No, I don't stay at the house because the house is full. I don't. But I can tell you though, when the former president left the house, honestly, the cows arrived within 15 to 20 minutes. I'm thinking, how long does it take to come from cow factory here? At least an hour. But the cows were there within 15, 20 minutes. They seem okay. But even when I was returning the stuff, I wasn't even thinking about the cows at that time. To me, it was just the 5K because I felt the 5K represented me consenting to my mother being a liar. At that time, that's what was in my head. But
do you think you created a problem here? You make the people the people from Grand Gita, the older women, our grandparents, our elders. Do you think you make them angry? You cause some issue here?
I think they realized that the wake, if they come and sit down, they'll realize the wake was for my mother. If my mother hadn't passed, no cows would have been there. So anything that tainted her reputation, her dignity, it was definitely a no-go for me. It was not something I had to think about. It just struck me hard.
So if the former president places a phone call to you, will you accept?
Of course. He is not my enemy. Zoe is. Honestly.
Okay, he's not your enemy, but Zopiano is.
No, our family want to be okay. We want him as an ally. We want him as a friend. We want to be okay with him. It's just that I cannot sit there in my right mind, seeing that my mom is deceased now and dealing with that trauma and knowing what she went through for 6 years. I mean, I even said to him, I really wish my mom was here because her sitting next to you right now, it would have made her day. And he said, okay, I understand. And it would have. She and my father loved him so much. I don't even understand the love they have for him. After everything, she still wanted to she still wanted to be okay with him.
Can you play the other video, please? There's two of them. You not play the first one. Can you please play the second one? And we'll say the credit of the video goes to Spoon Network. Yeah, it's the intellectual property, but we just try to use it because it's all here in the news. You can play the next video, Henry. And you said you heard what she said, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She wished her mother was just there. You were going to make her day.
Yeah.
Her enemy is her cousin. It has nothing to do with the former president. It's just that she wanted to live her mother's dignity. That's why she did not accept that poor cow. The cow has a blessing that maybe the cow not supposed to die. They say they're not your time.
We have time.
Not your time, not your time. It's not the cow time. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
He does. He sacrificed people for his promotion to go to the next level.
And again, and
he does, he sacrificed people for his, you know, his promotion to go to the next level.
And again, and again, and again, these are allegations. These
Of
are
course, they are.
allegations.
Mhm.
We as a network, we want to be on the record that these are allegations. You are saying we are not saying it happened. Let's just be on the record. And I know there's a lot between you and Zopena, and there's a lot you're going to say. Are you going to Grand Judy?
Yes, I have to see my parents get buried. I have to see my parents get buried. Yes, I am.
Are you safe going to Grand Judy?
Yeah. Why? You don't think I should? I feel good. I feel safe because I'm not saying anything that is not truth. For me, having said what I've said, and I thank everyone for listening, I feel I'm speaking not on behalf of myself, but on behalf of my mom. You know, she's getting buried knowing that she has integrity. She's not a liar. She has dignity, and she fought a really good race. And she's although there were so many challenges, she still persevered until her body couldn't take it anymore. You know, this woman having this meeting with so many people saying, "This is what I'm going through, help me." And no one helped her. No one in position to help her. Just say, for example, what was said, what I learned from the elders, they said, we knew what your mom was going through. We knew what Zoe was doing, but we couldn't do anything. And I'm asking why. So they would say this to me one-on-one in confidence. But when they do congregate together, it's like, okay, apart from Ambassador Yambo, he never wavered on my stance for Zoe Penu. He respected that 100%. 100%. So one or two of them will say, okay, I understand what you're saying. But as soon as other people are there, they're all with them. They're all trying to tell me to just move on and forgive. How? How can I forgive that guy for what he did? And it's, the properties doesn't belong to him. He just wants to take. I mean, the things you hear in these Nollywood movies is what my life has become. But Zoe has used other factors in the government and weaponized them against us. So I cannot be calling people's names because I know Zoe is underneath it. You know, I know for everything. We probably would have had a better relationship with all the presidents, with all the administrators, with everyone. So I can't be mad with individual people. Yes, I'm not happy with their actions, and I will react if I feel offended. And I will say, ouch, if you're hurting me. You can't be hurting me and I'm just closing my mouth. I can't do that. And I especially cannot do that when it involves my mother. I'm her voice. So I don't intend to really have any press conference after this. You know, people are saying talk after your mother's burial. Once my mother is buried, everything is buried with her. But she will go down. People will hear what that guy did to her. She's the former first lady, for God's sake. And this is how she was treated. She was treated really, really bad. And you had some people like Mr. George Coranda, Chief Justice Johnny Lewis, Mr. Francis Dunbar. I mean, they fought for her. They really, really tried, but they fought for her. But our own people never stood for her. They never fought for her. I don't remember seeing any representatives. I don't remember seeing any senators for Grand Judah. I don't remember seeing any people in power coming to her to console her, to tell her this is the strategy. Let's do this way. No, because Zoe shut everyone down and they knew it and they felt helpless. So I'm thinking, what does this guy have that everyone is seconded to him? Everyone but me. He can never second me. So all this thing that people are saying, oh, this girl is arrogant. I have fought hard for my mom, and I will continue to fight until she goes under the ground. So that's really where all this zeal is from, you know. So people might see us as arrogance, as anger. It's no.
Henry, the video is finished now. You can take it down. Henry, we can y'all can open the phone lines as well, so we can hear it from the people back home. You know, that take on tonight. We always gotta hear from our people on Radio Land. We'll also welcome while you open the phone lines, we'll welcome Roden Tia to the show. The funny thing is that CMC got Roland Dia. and Roland Tia.
Yes.
So we welcome them to the show. Lasana for Fanta Kuma, Honorable George Bole. Honorable Bole, welcome. Amara D. Sharif. I am not reading comments tonight. I'll just call names. Darius Tokba, Otello Dillon, welcome. Bangun Harris, welcome to the show. A. Kamara Mohammed, A. Kamara J. Mohammed, Ayuba, Critical Fasik Kaba, Jamala Johnson, Ayuba, Critical Fasik Kaba. Okay, that's the same person. Ambassador Jackson, Gableja, Gabije Ka, the second ambassador man. Kamon Bego, Soiree Vamuya, welcome. J. Victor Nangwe, welcome. George Honorwood, welcome. Dorothy Adoko, our own Dorothy Recruitment, Madam. Lasso Kroma, welcome. Prince Pempa, welcome. Stanley Wia Jabo, George Honorwood, William Johnson, CMC General himself, welcome. Samuel Sayan, welcome. Kagati Pesawi, welcome. Henry Doe, welcome. Milton Daw, welcome. Kita Abraham, Sylvester Craft, welcome everybody. James Kokopa Yanfor, welcome. Musa Vaduana, welcome. Samuel Halewu, welcome. Fancy Holly, welcome. And welcome everybody in Radio Land. Welcome everybody that watching us on YouTube, Facebook, on Dr. Francine page, on the Citizen Movement for Change page. Our page, the Political Launge page, will be coming out soon. I want to welcome everybody. We'll say that we have no copyrights to that video that we're playing. It belongs to Spoon Network. We're just playing it for information's sake because it's out there. Thank you. Henry? You want your phone number?
Yes, I can start calling it 077701763 077701763 is the number to call. You'll be live here on Truth FM on the Political Lodge. Here on the Renaissance Radio. Time check exactly 70 minutes down 1 o'clock. 077701763 to the very first caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You guys are getting?
Yes.
I'm Benjamin Murray.
Okay, Benjamin. Calling from where?
Calling from Semester Bell.
Make your point, my brother.
I mean,
Make your point. Go ahead.
yeah, you guys like discuss around bad spelling. Yeah, that section. Let me say my conclusions to the family. Yeah, there's this thing like we leader. If I take president like any government figures, sure, get your defense on. Yeah, but that's not the way. Let me do what you did is bad. You know, mentality. Yeah, for you to say, everyone wasn't done. You have to. But she was there. She just people back. That kind of go. She don't buy. So it was sure.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so kindly. Always learn to treat a predecessor the rebel so that I will reflect on you. 077701763 777017635. Good morning. Oh, we lost that caller. 077701763. Okay. Good morning. Your name and where you joining us?
Yeah, my name is with number and we appreciate the honors and with regard to what really for founders and all those who are in support for watching of the life. But one just put the family there or imagine no. In fact, you can deduce from the video that the day was saying for us when somebody died, when the people can bring it out, you can know that there was something that was already planned. That's why you listen to the daughter of
They were playing by who now?
that she said it took the president less than 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for cows to be on ground.
Yeah.
Checking at a distance from
a cow factory.
It's supposed to take around 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour. But it took exactly 15 to 20 minutes. This tells you that it was already a plan. I think where the former president is, just gives you that the house of the between he and his family was supposed to have happened in reconciliation hearing. So the general one of the error was the family right. But in relation to the former president, it was tell you that his being there was not, it was intentional. It was an act by someone who existed the family. So they just have something that was already being planned by the president. If you want to go there, Eric Cow and y'all can take that out and find it, put out the people. So with that, we can have the reconciliation.
Okay, my brother.
The just want them to the reconciliation. Because, like she said, he doesn't have a personal problem with the former president, but looking at the life that was going to be in,
Yeah.
and the way our mother was yeah. Mind you, the pain that she's going through is not that because everything is rosy from four other persons that she identify with her parents or when it comes to the incentives or whatever benefits of the receiving. But seeing the person like President George here, who the family has so much caring, if they're a bad against or important to you, it would be more than any other person. So I think it's from that angle that she be angry, and she has the right to be angry because, like the general said, she doesn't want her mother to look guilty because just by accepting or package from the former president, it will appear like the former president has done so much caring to her parents or to her mother, which are there on the contrary. So I think there is need for reconciliation for now. Yes, they had a level. The former president has to find love me after the burial, go back and reconcile with the family. That is family.
Okay, my brother. Go back and reconcile with the family. Yes. A volunteer. Good morning.
You see.
Okay, my brother. Go ahead.
Spencer, thank you for the show. You guys are doing well, and we always try our best to follow the show. We want to appreciate you for what you're continuing to do for this country. Like the video or play, listening to it, it means that the woman has an issue, like you said, and the family issue, they will settle it. I'm just grateful. I'm happy that our party, the CMC, because I'm interested to talk about the CMC. The CMC is doing well. I think we are moving. The political leader just moved. We have a new national cheerleader. Happy that we have someone that we are waiting to ensure that our party can become one of the best in the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so kindly for following as always.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much, volunteer. To this caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
The name from where you joining us?
I'm George.
Cover mission ERW. Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you for what you giving to us. Giving our info. Nothing is getting back. What took place between the Samuel Doe family and the president? For me, I'm allowed. Fact, I don't want to have it because it's just being ungrateful. for today, it takes only hours. And they do for 20 times in a row. He was surprised to me because you were almost like living with the people. So if the man got in against the West, you should be the one to be like a child that mother. Because it was the people that were there when your mom was living in more in Chocolate City. Cannot be. There are people that were there. I can remember more times the whole doing was living. That the Chocolate City is still in church. There was nothing to do to come with his children. Another family, only one family was still living.
Okay, my brother.
People, when he became to the mother, show ungratefulness. So the people were to refuse to. Can you imagine the mental power? He fired some of those young from people. It was a very first that he did to something. Even if you have any form, think on the father, what the father did for you. But he had no sympathy. So I don't know. People understand it different ways.
Okay.
But it's a reality and it is a real way and a little girl one.
So think of the telling party.
Yeah,
That's the best thing to do right
check
now.
one more call so because we have to talk about CMC.
The only thing to do now is after the burial, when he still want to reconcile with them, the same ambassador that told him they go there, that he called the same ambassador. Well, I believe that.
Okay, you can call the same ambassador and go there and better do the reconciliation. 077701763 Man, we gotta take about 3 more. We gotta call coming back to back. 30 seconds, my brother. Your name from where you joining us?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Joseph. The fair guy. So for me, hi to my great and that are a great thing. I see this thing from a different angle, Henry.
Okay.
Mommy is one way or the other related something is death of her mother. So this is it. And Maragre, the video you play for the woman, I would like you to go over it. The woman said, the benefit, but she just wanted we are as a son to ask something to. So, mommy, my daughter.
To ask only the what now?
To the pension money that she was getting, if you go back to
that business, she begging for it, my brother. There's now a business you want live press only, my brother.
I come in, Henry. So the woman said, we getting it, but the only thing we wanted the name will ask something on it. So, yeah, no, but she started, you can go back to the video. So, my point here is, President Buhari now is of no stranger to the Doe family as well.
Okay.
Former President Doe appointed a minister. Then, he served as vice president or any for 12 years. So it is not that President Buhari do not know the Doe family and know their story. When he came to government, why couldn't he straighten off these things that we are discussing today? Everything was wrong. We was wrong. Why couldn't President Buhari straighten it? The interview that we know was done with Marabuto was done under President Buhari regime. Today, that video is homemade. For me, there is a political undertone here.
Okay.
Look, if Mami should get a job into the government, you need not to blackmail other people before you can get a full family job. I want to listen to the information minister.
Okay.
He can do everything possible to, have the citizen not coming back.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. That hold you there. You should have a very, very certain point to be very, very blessed.
Everybody got their own view on it.
This is an interesting topic, Madam Grace. I feel good when I hear people giving their own, analysis on the topic.
Yeah.
Yes, Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing okay, my brother. 30 seconds. Your name from where you joining us? Calling us from where? Johnson, where are you calling us from?
Johnsonville, as I said.
Okay, Johnsonville, go ahead. 30 seconds, my brother. Please.
Okay. My brother, let me make you understand one thing. When it comes to money issue, it's very simple. There's no cow enough for money.
The cow enough for mommy. Okay.
The money there enough for money.
That would a cow in the money for? Say enough for mommy.
For the women of Grand the elders of Grand they didn't want to ask for the money. They didn't want to ask. They asked the former president for a favor. If you go back to the video, the woman said, we from Grand will appreciate if you can kill cow for the funeral. And one killing the cow will easily with the sukan. And the man provided the money. The money enough for money. If you listen to the women that were in the place there.
Okay.
Yesterday they said, mommy get nothing to do with their cow. It's for them. So they come now as we speak. They come today from Nigeria. They took one. They will kill. They will kill. They come in Saturday. They will kill the other one in Nigeria. They put up their cow.
Okay, Papa. Thank you.
Oh my God.
So what happens is that the cow is not for mommy. So most time when I'm growing that in tradition when kind of a thing happens, you will not get a small child speaking. Most time the people get a flow, to the older people, to say what's on their mind. So I think I was just trying to take another line, with the tradition, so they the old man and king will say, oh, the cow bene or send the president, the former president here, take your cow, But then another thing there again, it was very, very short, in no time. No time, the cow there appear.
They were playing.
Yeah. Good morning, my brother. Your name from where you joining us? 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Frank. So my view is if we will say, people did not do mandatory justice, then I want to little bit, this way. Look, my brother, man, great. If you got your child, who you take to be your child, in like bro, before we can refer to the kind of people, the relationship between we are and the late president, we say God some or play songs. Let's say though also did not fit Josh we are right. Say indeed or doesn't want to politicize it. Because my son will not be in the race 3-4 times. I cannot offer him any support. Look, you know what it means for Nancy or my.
Oh, my brother. You went off. Sorry. We did not call you off, my brother. That take just two more, and then we'll call you off.
Yeah, we're hearing two more. We have to go. We have to go for CMC stuff. Yeah.
Just two more. The woman deal with time. She deals with time when it comes to time and don't play with it. So I know we're going 3 minutes in the whole thing, she's getting angry. Good morning. 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm back. One of the children or the mother from 2005, 11, today, 17, to have just declared their support for their brother, for her son.
For their son, we are.
Yeah. So they go, my brother, let's speak truth to power tonight. We said we are the wrong, but also none of us concerned about what a mommy will. One outspoken today ever declare support for a big brother. You hear us saying she wants it to be an ally to them. They did do. So the Nigerians have not been voting for we are because they need to be those songs. Even though those need to be a support. In the case of we are, I would tell the Liberian people, the father who I have within the whole family left me long and he was told because the mother did not see it to be her son. All of the time your son being in the struggle. What can today who try to go in a way to end your support mommy? 2005, mommy and family supported United Party. 11, United Party. 17, United Party. 23, United Party. So, why was it so difficult for President Baka to have then restore all of the both family benefits?
Okay.
Was it so difficult? So, I'm agree. For me, like I said last night, in CNC Mall, should change the narrative. And let us follow the old tradition of politics. The United Party is protest, for doing no kind of propaganda. You see President Biden today directing Mami who to help her when you serve as president for 12 years. In your full administration, 2 years now, they will not die. You did not do anything. Anything you do today, they did not eat it.
Another reason.
You are doing it for political reasons, not for nothing. Thank you.
Okay, my brother. Thank you anyway. Let's just take one more. Just one more. We'll call you update. 077701635. Who's gonna be our last caller? Good morning. 30 seconds. That name from where you joining us? Pastor Paul? You say Pastor who?
Yeah.
Okay, Pastor.
When she died, I spent a job more than that. But I saw the video. The video was there. Saw the video. The mom took the video and he was here. So he put the phone. So you can't me the job. Give me a phone and they say that. I don't know what it is. They were putting it back. There's something that drove the other thing that the phone. They have more than the front. There is people where they are known. So you should put them on a benefit. You should put them to do everything that is better for that. Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. You are doing, going about doing more and more. Imagine just 2 cow, the story that they're gonna be on a 4 cow, to take that 4 cow from the boy and carry that easy. When you give to people, it brings happiness. When it's been rejected and given back to you to accept it, it becomes very, very hard. So 4 cow or probably 5, it will be something very, very different. So my brother, no problem. We we hope and pray.
Thank you. You want to thank the people in the radio land for calling. And this is what I'm about. We have to have different views. You see, I learned a lot tonight from the people on the radio and the people on the comment section. Everybody got different views on the thing. So that's why we are one people. We hear all the views, and someone always take from it. Someone always say, we're not accepting it. But everybody, the country is really divided on this as usual. Like bro, it's always divided on everything. But that's it. But also, I sent a video in the chat room for you to share. I also want you to share the picture. Now it's CMC movement.
Yes.
You have to talk about what we're already trending. But CMC is always trending, so we didn't even want to make it too much about us today. But we have to talk today, right? Our political leader was able to. Oh, look at me! I sent a picture in the chat room here. I sent it to a different place. Oh my god! So anyway, our political leader and put a picture on the screen. Our political leader met with, and we just received message. In fact, we had because we recommended the lady. So
yes,
Alice Besa was appointed as the National Women's Congress Chair of Citizens Movement for Change. She is the head of the women's wing, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we have a women's wing chair, Citizens Movement for Change. Her name is Madam Alice Besa. Can you share her picture? CMC.
Just give me a little minute, please.
CMC for the people. Let us join our hands together.
That's what I tell you,
CMC.
I'll call somebody else I know who can sing this song for us.
But I can sing, man. What are you trying to say?
Well, I say that. I try to
say. Where you want to tell me you can sing, I can sing. So Alice Besa was given the position of the National Women's Chair Congress for Citizens Movement for Change. Y'all better come. Y'all better come and join us because CMC is going to the finals and we are going to take over Liberia in 2029. So you
Yes.
have to come and join and bring your expertise. And they position it, they're giving it all. You can't let you on your own. Alice
Yes.
Besa is not,
Uh-huh.
and she's a hardworking woman, as we heard. She will be able to put the women together in Liberia, and we are looking forward to that. We'll make sure that we support her, um,
Yes.
and so she can be able to function in her position very well. So
As
we are very proud that we have a National Women's Congress chair now for Citizens Movement for Change, and we are looking forward to really continuing to support our people and make sure that we get to where we want to be. Can you
yes.
put that picture on a little bit, or it can come up? Yeah, let's see. Oh Lord.
Uh,
So if it can't come on here, it's okay. But I think people seen it. Yeah, this is it right
we
there.
can see it. Yes. It went down a little bit, but
It down a little bit. I see the political leader is all
Madam,
stars.
it says the yes, the
Yeah,
political leader meet Madam Alice Bisa.
yeah. Meet Madam Alice Besa, the National Women's Congress Chair of Citizen Women for Change. We are just warming up. That's what
Yes.
we said. So that's the political. She is the women's chair leader in
Yes.
Liberia. We are happy to have her. We will all put our hands around her and make sure that she be able to, function in her position very well. Because
Mm-hmm.
when we support one another, it makes it easier for us to do our work.
And we look forward to her addressing women's issues, which are very much related to men's issue. I don't see it as a one-sided thing. So I look forward to her addressing those issues, and I look forward to her establishing relationships with women in all of the counties, which
Yeah.
she definitely would do. This is what CMC is all about. We're not just about one particular county. Liberia is our constituent.
Yes.
Say that again. Liberia is our
We
constituent.
say, where is your stronghold? We say Liberia is our
Liberia is
stronghold.
our stronghold because the need is so great and it's manifested, is seen in all counties. So Liberia is our stronghold. And we'll put our hands around her. I want to just congratulate Miss Alice Besai again for being appointed to her position.
You
Yes.
can take it down now, Henry. And we want to say congratulations to from on the political launch to Miss Alice Besa. We will make sure we support all your agendas. If you want to come on here to talk, you can come on here. We hope and we pray that God give you the strength. We want you to push women agenda and women, make sure that you have enough women and to support you on the ground. And when we come there, we'll also liaise with you and make sure that we meet all your people. Congratulations from CMC USA and congratulations from CMC Global. We would like to play the video with the chairman. The video too funny to me when he went to the courtyard to for that stuff, about for that
After making commitment on the radio last Everything night. Is under control. Why under control? When you give me, they say I'm not talk. Who say Manato? Are you intimidated? So you look scary. You look scared. Yeah, you look scary because the moment the regular chairman we not see you talking. So you look scary. We know you to be focused. I came in the court. I got what I wanted. Where you wanted? There you go. You know shortly. So where are you heading to? I'm going home.
Honorable, the great man.
What I love our political leader. He just so down to earth. He said,
He said he wasn't talking, got what he wanted, and that's it. And you are going home. You are going home, and that is the leader for you. Someone who is excellent with his sense of humor. He knows how to interact with the media. And he just had me laughing. I didn't see that video for some.
If Mohammed just shared that video in the channel and said, "No, I gotta play the video," but just so kind of funny to me the way you are saying, and that is the humility of Honorable Musa Hassan Benete. With him, what you see is what you get. He has no other side. He's not going to be fake. What you see It's what you get, and that's the fun part here. I just wanted to laugh a little bit, but I mean, we want to thank everybody for watching. I will tell you that CMC, with everything that being said concerning this Mommy Doe case, the main thing that kept in my heart was that the system is still not working. The system, because in that video also, I will send it to you. 'Cause I don't think we'll talk about this anymore. Kemeya came on. He said he was a minister of foreign affairs at that time. But that woman could not get her diplomatic passport. Kemeya said he knew nothing about that. He didn't even know it happened.
That's a failure in the system.
Yeah, the system. I mean, so a group of people just on the side and they decide to just make other people's life miserable. Because there is a system there. One person will be able to stop somebody from getting their natural birthright. That was her birthright to have that passport. So the system, that's the reason why CMC emphasized the need for systematic change. In our ideology, when it comes on, you will see that we emphasize the need of systematic change, legislative reforms, transparent governance, and constant engagement between legislators and constituents. Yes. We will
Yeah.
make sure the system work, because in America, what happened to that lady will never happen here, because there is no, I can go to the place that be Donald Trump daughter. Donald Trump can go do something. The people will not blame me for it. I will just make I will send my application. They will check my document. They will just bring my passport and give it to me. It doesn't stop me. And that's the kind of system that we want. I don't care what the case is. The system cannot stop you for your birthright. Your birthright is that when you are Liberian, you are entitled to the passport that leverage against you according to your service in the country. So the system did not work because somebody manipulated that system, and you cannot blame President Weah for it. You cannot blame Kemeya for it because he was minister. The minister is just there to sign the passport. He doesn't know the application. When the application process go in, he will not go say, "Oh, bring all the application." No, somebody was in that position that decided to hold on to that stuff because it was given order by somebody. That's
Yes.
the system is there, but it just doesn't work. CMC will make that system work, and we'll update it. It will be a system. We are in AI now. There is no way you will be able to take money from people's side to get a passport, because it's not going to work. The way we're going to build up the system. So it's a systematic issue too that caused all this problem that is on social media today. So
Yeah.
I just want to welcome you and tell you thank you. I also want to say thank you for coming on again. And for you who came late, like Diana Carter, she said, I'm watching from Canada. She came late. I want to welcome her. And, but, CMC, by the people, for the people, will change Nigeria for the better. You need
Yes.
leadership that will not have to listen to the kind of drama,
Yes.
because the system just did not work, because certain people hold on to it because of hate, because of money, sometimes because they just want to show their power. And so that's the reason why, I know the blame is going around, but when you come to think about it, everything that happened with the views of the people on the radio, the views of the people on the stream, yeah, the views of the people on Facebook, you know that the system was the one that actually failed, because somebody there hooked the system because they were in certain position, and it just never worked for Nancy Doe, because
Yeah.
the leadership is not overhauling the system that the way they're supposed to. Yeah, that's what it for me.
Yeah. Just few words that I heard her say. A couple of things that touched me. She said we are used to following instructions. That was one of the words that she said. In so many ways, she was telling us that we are very complacent. We are not used to asking questions. We are not used to looking at the diversity of thoughts. We see questioning, critical thinking as a threat. Do you know who I am? Don't ask me too many questions because I'm the boss. And not realizing that we have strength in diversity. When people are asking questions, it makes you think more. So, Grace said maybe somebody was just signing on the password and thinking that's the job and not the job to ask questions. So definitely, I don't want to tell you that this is what CMC will bring to you. I want to tell you that watch, see how we operate, see how we operate this show, see how the political leader is moving around, see what he's doing for the country, and see if your leader or people that you know that have been in leadership is doing the same thing, and make a decision then. Okay, so um, we will talk and do. If I would tell you that talk, we're not just gonna just be talking and be flattering and all of that stuff. But anyway, this tape, there's lots of things to take out of it. So I just want to say good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so we'll not be here tomorrow. We'll be back here on Thursday and Friday, same time, same place, and stay tuned.
And now, before we go, I want to say something, Asu and Henry. I just want to share our flyer. We have a program coming up in Minnesota next weekend, and CMC is going to be doing introduction to the Minnesota community next weekend. Tomorrow, Thursday, will come. It will be one of the first things that we'll talk about, because we have to push our CMC agenda first.
Absolutely.
CMC Movement for Change introduction and installation program is going to happen at the Brookdale Covenant Church Hall. There's a entertainment hall there. That's the hall we're going to use. It's at 5139 Brooklyn Boulevard, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, 55429 on June 21st, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. So come and be the vessel of change. We have the contact information on this flyer. If you want to know more, you can contact those numbers. It will be a wonderful program. We want to come and introduce CMC to the Minnesota community. We also will be having food and drinks, and we'll be having CMC 7 years for sale. We'll be doing a silent auction. We'll have music. We'll be, interacting, networking with people, and it will be a beautiful time. So you should come when you're in Minnesota, or you have any family members there, tell them to come and show up, because we have surprises that will be coming up at that date, on that date, and we'll be installing our CMC chapters officers in Minnesota. Minnesota will be CMC first chapter to ever be installed in the great United States of America. So come and join us and let's have some fun. That's what I wanted to say. And so if you have anything to say.
Before you say that, I want to just wish all CMCers a happy birthday, and that also include one of our recruiters who works very hard in Minnesota. His name is Mohammed and Sadoli Mohammed. I want to say happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to all CMCers who are celebrating their birthday today.
So let me show you Mohammed birthday flyer, my dear. We don't joke. We don't celebrate our people. You see it? Yeah. Happy birthday to Mr. Mohammed Insa Dole, our energetic organizer. CMC appreciates you. Enjoy your day. I'm sure you had a wonderful day today. We have been so busy. We were supposed to call him, but I know he understands. And we made his flyer and made sure it was out there. And, God bless you, Mohammed, on your new age. We wish you all God's blessings and your favor upon you always. Thank you so much for everything.
Yes. And that's just it. And all those of you born in June as well, including the Director General of the Renaissance Communication as well. The birthday was actually amazing. The pain in my body ain't easy, I've been playing a few.
Celebrated. Henry, you're dancing.
I see what I saw for her.
We were not dancing. We want to play the ball game. We went on the field. To see the Director General play. It was actually amazing. So again, we say happy birthday to all those of you born in June, and including the DG himself, like birthday as well. And he appreciated God for the birthday song that was on last night. It was actually amazing. Yes, and you could see about a great dancing for him. So we say happy birthday to you, Mohammed Dole, and we wish you all the best in the diaspora. Comes the end of is that next week?
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend, we hope that'll be successful and let people see reason, let them see letting see CMC as the tailing, for the betterment of that breath, for the change. That's why we say the citizen movement for change, CMC. The truth must be told. So that's it. If you want to get the hint, the gossip as it relates to a particular village or town, follow the women to the creek or the waterside. At that place, they talk everything, just everything about that town. So this CMC. My name is Henry. Henry Jala is my name. I'm Sue Salif, and our two energetic women, Madam Graves Goa and Dr. Francie, Dr. Francie Richardson. We say many thanks to you guys for all you guys are doing. It's actually it take anybody with a heart of gold to do this. To sit and talk 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours is not something easy. It's very, very hard. But it's a process, a long process up to 2029. So that person will be wise and make the right decision. And
Good
please,
night.
yeah, that's it.
Good night, Liberia. Good evening, diaspora. Liberians, good night.
Yeah.
CMC for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC for the people. CMC by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better Liberia. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values.